want to die because I seen it in the face. I seen it in the face, man.
Chilling words of a 15-year-old murderer convicted in the horrific killing of Karen King in 1997 and sentenced to life behind bars. Today,
Shytour Williams appeared in a Saginaw County courtroom where a judge will consider whether to reduce that sentence. Thanks for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Meg McLeod.
And I'm David Custer. Williams' legal team is trying to argue that the 40-year-old has served his time and is now a different person.
But as TV5's James Felton reports, the family of Karen King is not convinced.
A prosecutor making the case to keep Shytour Williams behind bars for life.
The carjacking, kidnapping, rape, and murder of Karen King is arguably the most brutal and infamous crime in a generation here in Saginaw County. We believe that a life without sentence is appropriate.
The defense attorney arguing that Williams has paid a price for the crimes he committed.
He is ashamed, remorseful, and for the last 23 years in prison, well over half his life, he has been punished. He has been held accountable.
Scenes that played out in a Saginaw County courtroom as Williams tries to get his life without parole sentence reduced.
What we're asking the judge to do is impose a sentence that will allow the parole board to consider Shytour for parole and only parole him once the board is confident that they can do so safely.
Attorney Sophia Nelson is seeking a 25 to 60-year sentence for her client. Nelson believes Williams, who was 15 when he took part in Karen King's death, can be rehabilitated.
The United States Supreme Court has told us they must be resentenced. They must be given a hope of life outside of prison's walls. So I'm here to enforce the law.
Nelson calls what happened to King horrible. And even though Shytour Williams was involved, Nelson says another man played a larger role.
This was a crime that was thought out and executed by August Williams. August Williams will serve the rest of his life in prison for taking Karen King's life. Shytour Williams was an aider and abetter. What he did is terrible, but he should not be held to the same standards as if he were an adult.
But Karen King's father, Greg, who said he just found out about the hearing yesterday, is disappointed he has to see his daughter's killer in court again.
I guess I don't understand it. You know, he was convicted in a regular trial. You've seen, I know the lawyer brought up that even the judge that presided over it doesn't think he should be paroled. But they said they won't take that into consideration, which I don't understand either.
During the proceeding, the defense called witnesses to support its notion that Williams is a changed man and is a low risk of committing such violent acts again. Testimony that fell on the deaf ears of this grieving father.
My daughter's still buried. It's the only place we can see her. I don't get to touch her. I don't get to talk to her. No Christmases, no birthdays, anything like that. We never see her again. All we do is have pictures of her.
And Karen King's sister Sandy tells us Williams belongs in the same place he's been for 23 years.
I think he should stay where he's at. I wouldn't want him, he could be your neighbor someday. He's a sex offender and a murderer.
So will Williams spend the rest of his life in prison, or will he get a chance at parole someday? We'll find out when the judge makes his decision on January 10th of 2022. Reporting in Saginaw, James Felton, WNEM, TV5.